Hey, look at that. Haha, we're live. We are back. We're back and we're live. Let's bring up some charts here. What's going on, everybody? Holy cow. I can't believe this. We are going live from Long Island, New York. Okay. Let's bring up, got to get my bearings again with this software. Let's do that one. Oh, look at that. There's our charts. Very nice looking charts there. This is the TrendCloud Q&A session. And I've got everything set to public view right now. So we will be, what's this one do here? Oh yeah, that puts me back up there. What we're going to do is we're going to do a public viewing of TrendCloud. You guys can ask questions, but this is all part of the mentorship program. You get to ask me questions directly about TrendCloud, things that you're having trouble with. If you were in this last competition, maybe you want to go over some of your trades. So that's what we're going to do right now. And all of this is being recorded here. So let me go into the chat here and let me just let some people know. Let me let some people know here. Hey, gang. I'm live on YouTube and Facebook. All right. Live on YouTube and Facebook. Letting some people know. We can go over. Let me get over to what I really want to do is I really want to be able general TrendCloud opening range. Let's go to that. YouTube and Facebook. All right, let's see if that all right, I let some people know. Share this instead. Oh, here, let me show you what I'm doing. There we go. So this is what I'm doing here, guys. I've got people TrendCloud opening range. This is our daily. This is the daily chat that I use. Okay, this is in the private group here, TrendCloud Trading Mentorship Group. This is a paid group, guys. Okay, when you join TrendCloud and you want to be involved with the actual mentorship program, we got 7 members in there right now, so it's a small group right now still, and we will be utilizing that. Okay, let's see here. We'll be utilizing that on a daily basis as well. And let's get back over to the chart here. And I'm still getting my bearings here, but you've got a chat. Let me see if I can post something in the chat. Hello, everyone. All right, there it is. We are live on both of those channels as well as YouTube. So definitely post your comments here. Okay, so that I can view this way. View on StreamYard. Okay. So let's see here. So we used to do this like every single day, and I did make it public. However, now that we've got, an actual mentorship program for TrendCloud, I want to make it more exclusive. So this is going to be where TrendCloud members can join, every Saturday at 11 a.m. To answer or to have their questions answered. So it's a time where you guys ask me questions about the opening range breakout or trend momentum, exactly how TrendCloud works, or anything in the 12 module course. And if you wanted to check that out, you can go over to chrisgiuliano.com, and you can check that out and see if it is to your liking. All right, so let me see here. I want to make this thing bigger. I want to make this chart bigger. View tab on Trading View. Okay, that's what I want. But at the same time, I want to be able to see myself. Okay, there's me right there. Any questions, guys? Let me go over to the comments. Are you guys able to type anything into the chat, into the comments chat? Let me see if there's anybody on here. Nope. How do I make this bigger? Okay, there we go. I just kind of double clicked onto it. Okay. All right. Well, why don't I just go over what I've been doing? Okay, we just finished up the competition. We had a great, fantastic day trading competition, and I finalized in the top 12% out of 60,000 people. Over 60,000 people entered. I think we had about 5 TrendCloud members who also did very well in the competition, and we didn't lose a dime of that money. We didn't lose a dime of that money, guys. So very powerful. Right now, what I'm working on for you guys is I'm working on um, I'm working on a new course for you guys, and it's going to be it's actually going to be how I built out the strategy for the competition that we did so well with. And the way I did that was, if you go on to TradingView and you copy one of your strategies or one of your indicators that you really like. Let's say you really love using a moving average crossover for your trading. If that's something that you really love to do and use, then I'm building a course right now that shows you how to take that code, and the language that's used on TradingView is called Pine Script. So if you copy that Pine Script code and put it into ChatGPT, it will actually read the code and then produce that indicator or strategy. So if you have an indicator, you can take the indicator and turn it into a strategy. They're two different things. They're two different things on TradingView. And it's code. It's going to look like gibberish, right? But if you just cut and paste that code into ChatGPT, you'll see it will explain everything to you. And you can simply say, hey, let me give me a full understanding of what this indicator does or what this strategy does, and it'll do it. And it's pretty it's pretty amazing. So let's pull up. Let's get up over here to the charts. Okay. Now, I want to be able to see the chat. And I can't see the chat. I can't see the chat. stuff out. So, oh, there we go. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, so we can do that. Still nobody in the chat here. Post a comment. Whoever's watching here, post a comment so that I can see that this thing works. How about the private chat? Hello. Hello, everyone. Let me know if you can see all of that. Style. Banners, comments. All right, post something in there, guys. Post a hello or something, so I can see the chat working. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Stop sharing. Let me go back to this. Present, share screen, share. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, hopefully you guys can see the screen here. Um, anyway, we'll figure it out as we go, guys. We will figure it out as we go. Sharing this tab to StreamYard. Okay, so obviously you guys can see the screen. I just can't see the chat for some reason. Anyway, let's get rid of that. So what we use here is a 3 charting system, okay? And you can see the first chart that you see over here is a 3-hour. Okay, so 3-hour chart, 1-hour chart, and 15-minute chart. The strategy that I put together is specifically programmed for the NASDAQ. Okay, it's specifically programmed for the NASDAQ. And the reason why is when I took this strategy and put it into Chat GPT and back tested it right here inside of the TradingView strategy tester, what came back was some very high numbers, on the NASDAQ. We tried it across multiple assets and it came back with the highest numbers on the NASDAQ. Why? I don't know. It just did. So you don't really need, like if you go over to the watch list here, you don't really need to scroll through a ton of symbols to make money. Okay, we made over $32,000 in 1 month just by trading this strategy in the competition. Okay, and that was with really strict risk management. This is not, where we over leveraged ourselves. And I think what happened during the competition is, I think a lot of people just, because they didn't care. It was it was paper money, right? It wasn't their live account. It was not their live account. It was paper money. So they went into this competition and they said, just throw 12 contracts of the NASDAQ in there and see what happens. So that's what they did. And if the trade worked out, great. But for the most people, if the trade didn't work out, well, then you just wiped out about $30,000 of your account. But so the rule of thumb is you don't want to trade more than 1% of your total current account value. Okay, 1% of your total current account value. And what does that look like? So let me let me show you what that looks like. Let's say you have a $20,000 account and you want to take this opening range here. So let's say you want to buy right here your stop loss. This is your little stop loss slider. Do you see how expensive it is on the full contract for two contracts here of the Nasdaq? It's almost $8,000. Okay, that is $7,990. Okay, so most people have a smaller account, and what you have to do, which is great, is you can go to the micro Nasdaq, the MNQ. Go over to the MNQ, the micro Nasdaq. Now let's take a look and see how much is this thing going to cost us from here. Okay, you can see it's more like $800 as opposed to $8,000. All right, so that is a big difference. That is a big difference. So if you're trying to grow a small account, what you want to do is, depending on how much money you have, okay, there you go. So this particular trade here would be $400 risk. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take $500, all right, and put it into a live account. And that's what we're going to film from now on. We're going to film and record every single trade the same way that we recorded every day of the day trading competition. And I've put all of that in your TrendCloud membership area. So if you go log into your TrendCloud membership, you will see that it says day trading competition. It says the Leap day trading competition. And I'll show you what that looks like. Looks like this here. The Leap. Okay. Let's see. Leaderboard. They're still processing the results. These are all of the symbols that we were able to trade in the competition. Okay. I chose to trade the full contract of the NASDAQ right there. And let's see, let's go over here, go back to our charts. And let's go over to the paper trading account. And you can see the Leap right here. Here's all the trades that we took, okay? Over $32,000 in profit, right? They gave us a $250,000 account to work with. And if we go to, are we not able? Oh, yeah, here we are, account history. Here's all of the wins and losses. You can see these are these small, the numbers in red here. These are small commissions. This is how much it cost to take the trade. Okay, so you can see they're very small. Here's the win. Let's go down. Let's open this up. Okay. Win, win, win. These are commissions. Here's a win. All right. Let's go over here. Let me see if I can get some better lighting here. Walk through here. Walking through. Turn this thing on. Okay. Let's see here. Um, over $4,000. So you can see all of the wins and losses that I took. This was a big loss right here. That was a full boat loser. But it was only one, right? Small loss, big win. Commissions, small loss here, and small win. So you can see back and forth, big win, loss, huge win here. I think this was the biggest win, over $7,000 in profit. That took place on, what was that? The 10th, February 10th. So the strategy just performed extremely well, extremely well. And $4,000 win, $2,000 win. So at the end of the month, we had made 13%. Okay. 13% return on investment. So it's pretty significant. That was pretty significant. Excellent strategy. Very easy to learn. Okay, this was very easy to learn. And we'll go over it right now. So the new strategy is opening range, and this is the TrendCloud trading method, okay, of the opening range breakout. And you've got that right here. Okay, this is one of the programs that you'll get with TrendCloud. You're going to get a series of 10 different indicators that will help you read price action professionally and also trade the opening range breakout, which again, it's been extremely successful. Okay, it's been extremely successful here. Oh, we got somebody. Hey, there's Hoagie Man. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so that's pretty much what we traded every single day. Now, how do we do this? All right, let's go over the strategy. 3-hour chart, right? You want to make sure that your CCI indicator, and this is all in the course. This is all in the course, but the CCI indicator on your 3-hour chart has to be, if in this particular case, if we want to make a move down, let me get over to one of the. This is, let's see here. Yesterday. Let me go here. And I apologize, guys. We're kind of just testing everything out, making sure everything works properly. Okay, there we go. Let's put a line, vertical axis right there so you can see. Okay, so here's the opening range for February 27th. Okay, and it formed right here. Okay, let's get rid of this so you guys can see the opening range nice and clear right there. CCI on the 3-hour chart below the zero line. That's number one. That's the first thing that you have to check. CCI on the 1-hour chart must be below the zero line. Okay, that's component number two. You also have to be in a downtrend on the 1-hour chart. Okay, this is how we align trend and momentum together in order to take the trade. And I think ChatGPT chose the NASDAQ when we put all of the information into ChatGPT. It chose the NASDAQ because you can see how most of the breakouts that take place on the NASDAQ, they never pull all the way back to retest. All right. On other instruments like the S&P, the Dow, the Russell, they tend to retest that area where the Nasdaq does not. Sometimes it does, but the strongest moves usually break out and never come back. So there's a lot of opportunity there to make a considerable amount of money when you are day trading. So the three components that TrendCloud is looking for is CCI on the 3-hour and 1-hour chart to be below the zero line and to be in a downtrend. And we're using the 50 simple moving average here for the downtrend. Okay. And with TrendCloud, it color coordinates everything for you. So you can look at your middle time frame and say, oh yeah, we're in a downtrend because the candles are red. All right. Even the candles that pull back into the trend cloud, I'm not worried about what they are. Are they bullish candles, bearish candles? I don't care about that. I want to know the overall general direction of this thing because that's what's in my trade plan. Okay. I don't care about what the candle looks like. I just need to know, is it a downtrend? So that's why it looks like this. And when you have all those components met and you're looking at that, and you can see we had that all morning, right? Here's 8 o'clock in the morning. We had all of that. The opening range on the NASDAQ is from 9:30 to 9:45. That's when these lines, so right at 9:45, the indicator will automatically produce these lines for you, and it will show you where the opening range is. If all conditions are met on the 3-hour and 1-hour chart, you can take that trade, and it will look like this. So you will take, sell, and you always want to sell at least 2 contracts so that you can scale out of the position. Pull back to here. You can see that's a pretty steep risk, right? That's a pretty steep risk. And I think it says right here of the account, it's on a $250,000 account. It's producing that number there for you. So it's saying stop loss 1.09%. Okay. And you would take the trade. So as this candle was breaking out, it got you into the trade and went all the way down here to that next supply zone. And you can see that's over $24,000. Okay. So what we did here was we took out one position. We took out one position at, I believe, a 1-to-1. We took out one position here and then let the other one go as far as it was going to go. Okay. That's how you scale out of a position. You never know what the market is going to do, right, guys? You never know what the market's going to do. You could get into a trade and it could completely reverse. So learning a strategy is very simple. Learning a strategy is very simple. What's difficult is managing the trade once you're in it. Once you're in the trade, it's like, okay, what do I do? And what you want to do is you want to get risk free as quickly as possible. You want to be able to drag that stop loss below your entry point. In this case, when you're going short, you want to be able to get risk free. Take the money while it's on the table because you don't know what the market's going to do. It could do anything at any moment in time. So that's the toughest part of trading. That is the toughest part. Let's see here. Private chat. Comments. Live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Show. Oh yeah, look at that. I can when you if you comment during the live session, I could bring it up like this, and everybody can see your comment like that. Hello. No problem. All Oh, look at that, all destinations. So whether you're commenting on this is really cool. So if you're commenting on YouTube or if you're commenting on Facebook, it will show up in the comment here. It will show up in the comment section. That's cool. Okay, very cool. Good deal. Just got to play around with this. Got to play around with this a little bit more and figure out how I can see all of this at once. And maybe I can't because it's possible that I can't see everything at once because I only have the one screen. Perhaps. Okay. Well, anywho, um, that is pretty much what happened during the day trading competition, and it was a lot of fun. And doing the competition really puts you the competition the competition really puts you in a certain frame of mind. It really puts you in a certain frame of mind where it's like there's a little bit of pressure there to perform well and not be embarrassed, like, oh my god, I took all these losses or whatever. So the way that you practice in anything, the way that you practice is going to be the way that you perform, whether it's in martial arts. I don't know if you've ever been in a boxing ring, but it's pretty intimidating. Just to practice in a boxing ring is pretty intimidating. I'm a big mixed martial arts fan, and I think I started when I was like 17 years old. I found a taekwondo school, and from taekwondo, I got into judo and learned about that. And then from judo, this is back in the early 90s when the very first UFC came out, and I saw Hoist Gracie, who was pretty much built like me, taking out some very big dudes. So that's where jujitsu came into play. But the way that you practice, whether it's trading or in a sport, okay, baseball, football, whatever, you don't see football players, practicing sort of nonchalant, right? Or gentle, like, it's a pretty tough sport. So you want to practice that way. So whatever the way that you practice is the way you're going to perform in real life. So that's how you want to do it. So it's good to expose yourself to day trading competitions and to put yourself in that position of, oh, I've got to put the opening range on there, and I've got to make sure my risk is proper, and win these things. So I've done two of them so far, and I found it to be very helpful mentally. Um, it's very helpful to do that, and I think the last one I came in 12% as well. I think the first contest, 12%, and that was with strict risk management. We weren't just throwing a bunch of contracts in there and going all willy-nilly at it. We were really following a plan as if we were trading live, and that was a great experience. That was a great experience. Trading live is, nothing's going to prepare you for that. So in order to trade live, you have to trade live. There's a book that's called, that was written about 2,000 years ago by a samurai named Mayumato Musashi, and it's called The Book of Five Rings. And he says in the book, he says, the only way to learn how to kill a man in battle is to kill a man in battle. There is no training that's going to prepare you for that. And so whatever you do, whether it's a sport or a business or trading, you've got to practice as realistic as possible. The practice that you put yourself in has to be as realistic as possible in order for you to perform that way. And like I said, if you're a football player and um, you're in practice, you're not going to be dainty, you're not going to be gentle with each other. This is a tough thing. So with trading, it's the same thing. You really have to, be able to trade and be able to do these things, in such a way. So um, there we go. Get back over here. So when you're doing the competition, this right here, you have to take really seriously. So, around 8:45 or so, you start looking at this thing and you're saying to yourself, all right, well, we looks like we have all of our conditions are met. All conditions are met here. And we're getting ready to make a move to the downside. And let's bring that over and show the very last day of the competition here. I believe that was, yeah, the 28th there. So you can see right here, what is that, 8:45? Looks like we're set up for, to go short, right? CCI 3-hour chart below the zero line right here. It's right here, below the zero line. 1-hour chart, CCI below the zero line. We're also in a downtrend. We're below the 50 simple. We were ready. We were all ready, all here. Here's the opening range candle that formed. What did this thing do? We were planning for this to break out to the downside and start scaling out of the trade. What did it do? It did the opposite. It broke out to the upside. So right then and there, that's quite a surprise, right? And now at this point on that 1-hour chart, you can see that we are above the zero line in a downtrend with CCI still below the zero line on the 3-hour chart. Mixed signals, right? So the beauty of what we've come up with at TrendCloud is if you see mixed signals, then it's best to walk away from the trade. Walk away from the trade. And because it's going against trend and momentum. Now, do you see how we broke out to the upside, retested, and then continued the move up? That's fine. That's fine. But this is not predictable. We want to be able to have leading indicators and a leading strategy setting us up for the next move. And if it goes against that, you got to walk away because now we don't know. We don't know what this is. We don't know, is this just buyers coming into the demand zone here? Is it something else? Is it a news event happening? It's not part of our strategy. So understanding what your strategy is and understanding what your strategy is not is vital. It is vital for being consistent. And past 2 day trading competitions, we were consistent. We did not lose a dime of that competition money. So if we were managing a hedge fund, man, I think they would have given us a promotion for what we did. So, you know, we don't work for Goldman. Maybe some of you do. I don't know. I do not work for Goldman Sachs or, a big bank. This is my own thing. So if we were in corporate America, we would definitely be they'd be calling us genius right about now. So because we had mixed signals here, we left it alone and we walked away from the trade. And it started to go up. And if you look over at your 3-hour chart here, you can see that this is actually continuing the downtrend. Let's open up that 3-hour chart and let me show you. Okay. This purple line here is just a market edge that I put right there. That signifies a breakthrough of structure. But take a look at this 3-hour trend. Okay. Turn that off. Do you see how price comes down, pulls back into the trend cloud, right? It makes a correction into the trend cloud. Impulse down, correction into trend cloud. Impulse down, correction into trend cloud. Impulse down, correction, impulse down. So what do you think it's going to do when it comes into the trend cloud again? Right? Is it going to do the same thing? Right here, impulse down. Let me turn that magnet off. Impulse down. Pull correction into trend cloud, right? We're expecting this, are we not? Why wouldn't we expect that? It did it the entire way, right? It did it the entire way. Impulse down, correction into trend cloud. Impulse down. Correction into trend cloud. And then it did this sort of little double bottom. It didn't break through all the way, came here, corrected back into trend cloud, and then made the move down. So we have to assume that it's going to do that. Now, when, you may ask yourself, well, Chris, it's not going to go on forever. It's not going to do that forever, right? Well, no, it's not. So what we've come up with is counting waves. So we're actually counting the waves here, and this is actually the third wave. Okay, so you can see here, we pulled back, we pulled down to here. It's counting this whole thing as one wave. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if it does complete another move down, like let's say it comes down to here, that would be the fifth wave. And there are 5 waves in an average trend. Once you go beyond 5, now you're in an extended wave, and trend cloud will start turning the candles ice blue. Let's go back and see if we can find an extended wave here on the 3-hour chart. Okay, right here. So you can see what does the trend want to do when it becomes extended. So right here, you can see those candles have turned ice blue. And there's a couple of things that could happen. Once the candles become blue, right? Once the trend becomes extended, it wants to recalculate. How does it recalculate? It must break below the 50 simple moving average. And that's what it did here. Trend became extended. That's your red flag. That's like, uh-oh, okay, this thing is extended. Now we have to kind of sit back and watch what it's going to do. Pulled back, it recalculated. It recalculated. So it formed wave 1, pulled back into trend cloud, wave 2. Now we're at the very beginning of a brand new trend, a brand new trend. We get some trend cloud signals, and you get the move up. It forms this huge gap up, forms a little double top here, and then what happens? It crashes. So the fact that this thing formed a double top and then you've got this very strong move out that broke through all of this structure here, right? And continued down. That makes this supply zone very powerful. That makes this very powerful. And this is the type of move out that you want to see. That's the type of move out that you want to see on um, a supply zone. So take a look and see what happened. Okay, so that supply zone's just kind of sitting there waiting, right? It's just waiting and waiting. It's even on the 4-hour chart. If you go out to the 4-hour chart, and what happened? It hit that supply zone area a few times, right? One, two, three, and then huge move all the way back down to demand. Okay. Now, in hindsight, this is very easy to see, right? Let's get rid of that. In hindsight, this is very easy to see. But as it's happening, you don't know how far this thing is going to go. Okay, you can see, oh, okay, we've just hit that area. If you're long, you want to use this as a target, right? You want to be able to use supply and demand as targets. So if you're in an uptrend, that major supply zone should be a target to scale out of a position or take profits, take full profits. And what happened for quite a while here, right? From February 17th, hit. It's trying to hit through there all the way to February 19th. It just kept slamming into that supply zone. And then we started having those down days, right? News events came out. There were a lot of the market got really spooked by the tariffs, news on tariffs, right? Then we had a Bitcoin scandal. And then we had what else? We had the tariffs. We had the Bitcoin theft. What else happened? Something else. Uh, I believe it was mostly tariffs and the Bitcoin theft. Oh, and then Nvidia, right? Nvidia came out actually with very good financials. Financial report on Nvidia was better than expected, but the market is still spooked by all of this. So you know, but again, that's just news, right? That's just news. News is always a catalyst to your technical analysis. All right. So what's it going to do? Well, we have a process at TrendCloud where we don't just look at supply and demand, right? We definitely want to use that as a component of our strategy, but we don't just say, "Hey, here's a demand zone, take it." Like you can't do that because you don't know which demand zone is going to work, especially on that higher time frame. Let's go out to the 4-hour chart. So look at this demand zone. At one point, this was a demand zone, right? Right here. At one point, that was a demand zone. And price came in and it kind of went sideways, right? Bounced out, hit it again, bounced out, and then broke through. You don't know how much that's going to happen, right? What about this? This is a market edge right here. Okay, what did price do here? It ripped right through it. So why did this demand zone work and this one it didn't work? You'll never know. We don't know the answer to these questions. It's the wrong question to ask. It is you should be asking more about what's going to happen when we enter this area. Okay. There's a good chance that we might get a move out. So if we're shorting the market, we want to make sure we use that as a target. Simple as that. And then you'll have to drop down to your lower time frames to make another assessment as to whether or not you want to use that demand zone as leverage in your strategy to go long. What I have found personally, okay, is when you combine momentum with trend on your higher time frames, okay? And for this strategy specifically, we're using the 3-hour CCI. Okay, we're using the 3-hour CCI and the 1-hour CCI as momentum. Okay, that's what we're using as momentum. We're using the 1-hour also for trend. So we've got multiple time frames lining up with each other, momentum and trend across multiple time frames. Line that up in the same direction, then drop down to your 15 or 5-minute chart and start reading the signals. Reading signals, reading supply and demand zones, reading the opening range breakout. Okay. All of that. Let's clean everything up. Okay. All of that is part of the strategy. All of that is part of the strategy. So when you line that stuff up together, when you line up momentum and trend together on your higher time frames, you will see a big difference in your trading the lower time frames, the smaller time frames. So and when you put it into the strategy, let's do that. Let's wrap it up here. Okay. MNQ, we'll do the micro because the micro is easier to handle as far as risk. Go over to the 15-minute chart. And when you become a TrendCloud member, I will send this to you. There's the day trading system. Let's put on the actual strategy. It'll be in your invite only scripts. Here it is. TrendCloud Opening Range Breakout Strategy. Click onto that. Okay, and what it's going to do, there you go. Okay. So look at this, guys. Do you see this here that says buy and hold? Buy and hold. It's the blue line. So if you bought the NASDAQ, this is on a $10,000 account. Okay. $10,000 account. If you bought the NASDAQ, this is the graph or the trajectory of what you would have. Look at this massive pullback here. You would have lost all of that money because again, buy and hold is just buying, right? You buy it and you hold on to it. So look at how TrendCloud, which is the green line, look how evenly this performs. Slight loss here, right? But look at this. Very powerful. So you're outperforming buy and hold. Specifically, again, this strategy is very specific to the NASDAQ, and we're on the micro NASDAQ right now. 12.05% drawdown. Okay, so at any point in time, that $10,000 was down 12%. That's what drawdown means. And 99%, almost 100% total profit. So we made $9,000, in 1 year. Basically, this is basically one year of data, maybe a little less than 1 year. So pretty powerful stuff. Now, if you go over here to see where it says list of trades, you go to list of trades. You are able to upload this. There's the report. List of trades. Oh, maybe I have to be on my account. Let's go back to paper trading. We're in the Leap account right now. Maybe I have to go back to here. Strategy tester. Risk performance. I'll figure that out. There, you're able to, there was a button right here. Let me open this up more. There was a button here before that you can click onto and upload all of the data. List of trades. Here's all the trades that were taken. I'm not sure. I'm going to find that out, but that's what I did. I uploaded all of this data, the list of trades, the risk performance, everything here you can upload the performance. Okay. Everything you can upload and put it into ChatGPT. It did an analysis, and that's how we tweaked it and made it better. So that's what I'm going to work on today for you guys. And if you put the strategy on the chart, it'll also show you. See, it shows you right here. Close out your entry. It'll show you where it took the trade. Right here, too long. Looks like this was a slight loss, right? Went long, pulled back, closed out those orders. It'll show you all the wins and losses. Right here, it didn't do anything. I don't think there was any trade that was taken there. Okay. It's going to show you. It's going to show you where all those are. Maybe you have to put it in replay or something. Let's see. Put it in replay. The conditions probably just weren't met. Oh, okay. So the reason why it did not take this trade is because we put an extra filter. We put an extra filter. This is what ChatGPT came up with for the strategy. See this green line here? This is the 3-hour exponential moving average. 3-hour. This is the 200 exponential moving average on the 3-hour chart. There you go. So we use that as an extra filter. That's why the trade, we did not take it. Okay, again here. Here we probably had mixed signals. Let's see. Down. Did we have mixed signals here? Down, down. Okay, and right here we are above. See how this didn't take the trade because we actually were still in this weird trend on the 1-hour chart. We had momentum, right? We had momentum on our side right there. We had momentum on our side. It's actually kind of hovering. See, it's kind of iffy. Looks like we got it on the 3-hour. Not so much. Remember, this is a mathematical equation. So the computer is going to be very exact. So if it's not exact, if it's not blatantly obvious, it's not going to take the trade. And that's what we want. We want to train ourselves to do the same thing, right? Mixed signals, walk away from the trade. And that's what we want to do. And that's what we want to do. So, yeah. So there you go. So I am going to work on the course for you guys on how to take an indicator, turn it into a strategy, and then optimize it using ChatGPT. I will put all of that together for you guys, and I will put it out in the membership area on your TrendCloud membership. All right. So okay, so this was like a soft opening here to the mentorship, to the Q&A, and I will start tweaking this as well. It's going to be great, guys. We've got a great group. We've got a great program. It's working. This stuff works. So that's it for now. I will see you guys in the next video, and have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.